This episode originally aired on my solo podcast, Maximize Your Day, but it's too powerful not to bring back. Now, as part of Married to the Hustle, the show I co host with my husband and business partner, Alex, we're expanding the conversation around mindset, boundaries, and what it really takes to thrive in life and business. The value hasn't changed, but the perspective has really deepened. And honestly, some of these insights hit even harder now. So let's get right into it. Enjoy the listen. Welcome to the show, Saritha. I'm so excited to have you here. So tell us a little bit about you and what you're passionate about.
Pleasure is all mine. It's nice talking to you. About me, I'm in this IT industry from past 15 years as a project manager. And I have a 5-year-old boy whom I'm homeschooling until August. So I'm kind of doing all together now. And I'm passionate about mindset, productivity, and routines and plans.
I love that. I love that. So I love to hear a little bit more about what you do. So I know that you're a project manager in the IT industry. How does that feel? Because that's a big deal, right? It's IT seems to be a male-dominated industry. So tell me how you stepped into that.
Yeah, I was not from an IT industry, but I just got an opportunity and didn't think anything and jumped into it. You say gut feeling, right? I had that gut feeling and jumped into it. And
Nice.
fortunately, I haven't seen, there is a lot of male domination, but I haven't seen I didn't face any bad experiences with that. All my colleagues were great. And I'll not say everything is a good experience, but I did have a bad experience, but it's not because of they're male or female. It just happened. Bad experience happens with, people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I say male dominated industry, it's that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of women in IT. And I think that's, major kudos to you. So I love that. I hear you say that you love mindset and productivity. And, the thing is that is the perfect example of why you would have a good experience no matter where you're in, because mindset has a lot to do with it. And of course,
that's true. That's so true.
yeah, we met on Instagram, which, as soon as I started to see your feed and what you are passionate about and your purpose, I just got really excited. So I knew that it would be a really good fit to have you on the podcast in order to be able to share your experience with the audience. So I heard you say that you're homeschooling a 5-year-old. My
That's
goodness.
true. Yeah,
And
for now I'm homeschooling him. Yeah, because of COVID, we couldn't send to preschool, and we both are working. My husband is also in IT.
nice.
So we just thought, why don't we keep him at home, and then same thing, right? We both had same mindset to, homeschool him for some time until his school starts in August, 5 years old. He has to go to school. So we thought, let's do it.
So good. So tell me, how do you balance homeschooling a 5-year-old, also working in project management? It's a hectic type of position. You're very involved in all of the moving pieces of an organization. How do you balance it all, between that and also building your community?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. We have a routine in place which makes him do, because children, if you make them do something every day, they just if you make them do a week, and eighth day they will ask you do I have to do this? So that's how we made his routine in place. So everything happens according to the routine. I know I'm saying routine, but it's not that. It's life, right? And it happens. So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when it happens, you have to have that mindset to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So how you see everything is so connected,
Yeah.
mindset, productivity, and plans are so connected. So
That's
that's how we are making this balance happen.
Yeah, I love that because, and it's for children, but also for adults, right? Having the
That,
proper routines in place. And that's one of the things that I speak to my clients about as well, because when you're working from a clear vision and you have an effective plan without mindset, you really can't do any of the other stuff that you've planned. And then the same thing goes the other way. So you've got a positive mindset, you feel clear about your vision, but you don't have a plan, right? Like all of these pieces go together and they work uh in synergy, right? To be able to get you to the next level, regardless of what you're focusing on, whether it's entrepreneurship or whether it's career growth or whether it's, homeschooling a child. So I love that you're able to connect the dots between all of them.
Yeah, and very interesting thing about mindset is you have to reevaluate your mindset. Something good happens, you'll be in positive mindset, and something bad happens, you just go down, right? And then you have to reevaluate yourself and make that mindset set to a level to move forward in life.
So I love what you just said. You said about reevaluating yourself. Tell me more about that, because a lot of times we tend to get stuck when we have too much that we're balancing. What does reevaluating yourself look like?
If you reevaluate yourself and see the downfall, like how it happened, and then you if you journal, if you're journaling, or if you write a lot, if I feel that I'm failing, I'm going to write it down, like why I failed, and reevaluate myself, where I failed, and it somehow pushes me on top to see the results of that writing and the outcome of how you reevaluate yourself, the answers you get from the reevaluation, and then you pick yourself up from there.
It's like that song, right? Dust your knees off and then just try again.
Yeah.
So,
That reminds me a very old story of mine, my life story. I always keep telling everybody that this is what happened to me way back, like starting of my career when I was starting, and I was giving these interviews. And I used to have, back in the day, we used to like take our resume in a file, like a blue file.
uh-huh.
And I had that blue file. I used to take it everywhere. So everywhere I was facing these rejections. And one fine day, I went to an interview, and I've crossed like all the layers of interviews, like 5 layers of interviews. And last, there was a group discussion, and they asked me a riddle or something. They said I didn't answer correctly, and then they said this is the end of the interview. So that guy asked me a question like, so what do you do tomorrow? And I'm like, nothing, I'll just take this file and go to another interview in a bus. At that time, that back in the day, I used to go in bus. So yeah, I'll go in the bus, take the same file, and go to next interview. And
Mhm.
actually, I got selected after that answer. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's so important because you basically you're demonstrating resilience, right? And I remember some of those days. I remember going through about 3 interviews with a financial institution, probably about 15 years ago. They said something about there was a specific experience that they were looking for, and my response to that was, well, if you're seeking that specific experience, how do you think people attain it? And they attain that experience by doing it. And, he was like, well, good point. And as I walked away, I don't think I probably waited not even 2 hours before they called me and the job was mine. So I thought it was really interesting that you say that, because it's so true. It's just, you just take your folder and you go to the next place. When one door closes, there's always another door opening. And sometimes those doors that open are a bigger and better opportunity for us. So looking at it from that point and that mindset, I think is really important.
Actually, that's what happened. I didn't end up taking that job. I got some other good offer.
Good for
At that
you.
time. So yeah, that's what reminds me whenever, yeah, same thing we tell our son as well, like try, like if something doesn't happen, have patience and try.
Of
It will
course.
happen. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. Maybe that's not for you.
Exactly, exactly. Now, you did hit on another thing. You talked about journaling, and I'm sure you know by now I'm an avid journaler. I love journaling. I think it's one of the best things that anyone can ever do to navigate through life, through your entrepreneurial journey, to get closer in your relationship, you know, in your faith, and all of those areas. So I think journaling is really, really important. So tell me more about your journaling routine.
I journal every day, but m- most times I felt journaling was so effective is the time when you were in your lows. Yesterday's, I think my post on Instagram was related to something related to that. People tend to find people to talk to tell what are they feeling. Instead
Mhm,
of that, you just need a paper and pen and write to yourself what you're feeling,
mhm,
and that helps a lot. Like last year I was in very down,
mhm,
because of I wanted to go and see. I'm an immigrant, like from India. I hail from India, and I had to go and see my grandmom. She was sick, and I couldn't go because of the visa issues. And
mhm,
I was so down at that time. She was sick. I couldn't go there, and I was feeling low. And I was keep on writing in my journal that I have to go and see her. I have to, and I had that faith in me. Somewhere it clicked me that have faith. You will go and see her. It took
mhm.
time for me. It took an year for me to go and see her, but it did happen this April end. I went to India and I saw her and came. So
Nice.
yeah, it just uplifts you when you write your thoughts in the journal. It's just there's some power to it.
Yeah, well, it's an opportunity to have a story, right? You have the opportunity to write your story. And I agree with you that journaling is very effective in the low times. But I think it's just as effective also in the high times and being grateful every single day. I know that when you step into every single day with gratitude and openness and ready to, you know, receive, be and walk in expectant, life is going to happen regardless. But when it does, you're just in a much better position from a clearer mind and less overwhelmed. Notice I said less overwhelmed because a lot of people say, well, you know, I want to eliminate overwhelm. And, you know, and the truth is that you don't always eliminate it. You definitely reduce it and you look at things differently. So I'm sure that that trip must have been amazing for you.
That trip was amazing, and I can't agree enough with you. Sometimes we live the life we always wanted it, but then we don't acknowledge it. And
Mm,
when you write down in your journal, I remember writing down stuff of what we actually have right
mhm,
now, and I feel this is what I always wanted.
mhm,
Right? I have i have a job, I have money, I have a house to live, I have clothes to wear, simple things, and
mhm.
we just ignore that.
Yeah. So good. Why do you think we tend to dismiss that?
We just run, right? We just run for other stuff
Yeah.
which was not there in your agenda first, and then it keeps on adding, your list keeps on adding. But what I'm getting to it, it's okay to add the things, but at the same time be grateful for what you have. At
Hmm.
that time you will have a mindfulness of where you are running.
Hmm. Hmm. I love that. Saritha, what would you say to someone that's listening to the podcast right now that perhaps resonates with you on, you know, having a positive mindset, but they're struggling with being productive and staying on task? What are some tips that you would share?
I would definitely tell them to just write down what exactly you need in your life. And then there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of outside noise everywhere coming from all the sides. We see, we compare, we try to get things. That's okay. But where you are leading, and is it aligning with yourself? And is it aligning with your family? If you just want to do something others are doing, maybe it's not aligning with your family. You just are running just because somebody else is running. See what resonates with you, what resonates with your family, and do accordingly.
Yeah, I love what you said about running and learning to run our own race and not compare to other people's race, because when we're comparing our race to someone else's, we're not living in ours. We're living in their race and in their life and their experiences. And I think that's so important to stay focused. So I love that tip. Now, I know that in some of our discussions, you had mentioned that you are very passionate about helping women to help them implement teens, create plans, and develop healthy habits. What are some ways that you help women do this?
For now, I'm helping through my Instagram, and in future, definitely I have a coaching sessions for women who are struggling and who needs help. So that's one thing. And if anybody listening to the podcast can reach out to me, my handle is the.saraispace.com. They can reach out to me. I'll definitely share my email ID also with you so that you can share with the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone that finds you on Instagram, what is the message that you're looking to convey? How do you want to make them feel when they see your Instagram page?
Definitely positive. They should feel that they're okay with whatever life is throwing at them, and things
Mhm.
will happen, and everybody overcomes, right?
Yeah.
Everybody overcomes, and it's just the path is difficult, but you'll definitely reach there. Follow your gut and be faith, have faith.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's so important to have faith. One of the things that I saw when I, of course, followed your Instagram, I saw really peace. I saw connection and relatability, somebody that relates to me, to my life and my journey. So definitely check out her Instagram, guys. It's the.sarai.space, and I'll definitely drop that link also in the show notes so that you can follow her there. Well, Saritha, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I mean, this has been great conversation, and I hope that our audience is able to connect with you or to connect with some of the things that you mentioned, and of course follow up with you through your social media handles. And I really wish you a lot of success as you continue to move forward in your journey. Now, before you go, I cannot end the show without asking you, what does maximizing your day mean to you?
Thank you so much, Jessica, for having me. Maximizing my day means at the end of the day, I should reflect my day and be happy.
Mm, I love that. There you have it, you guys. So you've got reflection at the end of the day and being happy, So at the end of the day, are you really taking the time to reflect on your journey and what you can do differently tomorrow? And are you satisfied? Are you happy with the decisions and the journey that you chose for the day? So, Saritha, thank you so much for being here. It was great to have you on the show, and I look forward to continue to work with you along your journey.
Same here, Jessica. Thank you for having me, and it was my pleasure.
Absolutely.
Three, two, one, yeah! That wraps up another episode of Married to the Hustle. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found some inspiration and practical tips to apply to your own business journey.
We love hearing from you, our amazing listeners. If you have any stories, questions, or tips to share, connect with us on social media or send us an email. Your input makes this podcast even better.
And don't forget to subscribe to Married to the Hustle on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. It really helps us grow and reach more entrepreneurial couples like you.
Join us next week for more exciting stories, insightful interviews, and valuable advice. Until then, keep hustling, keep thriving, and keep loving what you do.
Thanks for tuning in and happy hustling.